You're back.
Yes, and like I promised, we're going to talk about the United Nations General Assembly. Let's in fact just jump straight into that. All right,
let's jump.
So the United Nations General Assembly. This is the 71st. Of course, the first one was back in 1946. Over 140 states and governments are being represented. Deputy President Ruto, who is there, Cecilia Kariuki is there, CS of Foreign Affairs, Amina Mohammed, are there representing the Kenyan government amongst other people. But also you might be asking, what is the whole point of the United Nations General Assembly? Before we take a look at this, the whole point of it is to discuss budgetary, to discuss issues that are happening, e.g. such as the refugee crisis, also policy making. Now take a look at this. This is just some of the events that are happening, right? This has got to be one of my favorites, which is the, where is it? There we go. On 21st of September, an event that you want to follow is the Security Council high-level meeting on Syria. Right now, we know Syria has been in the news. Yesterday, on Monday, the UN convoy, which carried a lot of aid equipment that needed to go to Aleppo, was attacked. And, you know, US stood up and said, Russia, are you going to participate in this? Is your commitment really trustworthy? We know both Russia and the US want this whole war to come to an end. But the fact that they're on different sides of the government kind of makes the issues a bit nerve-wracking. All right. Away from that also, now, child marriage. This is one of the things that is also being discussed there. We know that it's it's one of those deep-hearted topics that are always discussed. In sub-Saharan Africa, Betty, 4 in 10 children are sold to, to marriage at the ages of 18 or even younger.
Wow.
Now, of course, this is Obama's last visit to the General Assembly, and he has a lot to talk about. Like today, Tuesday, he talked about the issue of refugees and the fact that this is a world problem. The world has a responsibility towards it. One of the things that that's also going to be discussed onwards is the fact that the countries being represented here, Betty, did sign about 17 SDG goals in January of this year. That are part of the Vision 2030 agenda. So every country has a commitment. Betty. All right. Also, on top of that, one of the things that also people are really hinting online is the issue of Kashmir in India. We know that their arrest has been quite a heavy topic, and they want the General Assembly and the leaders gathering there to discuss it, as much as also discussing Syria.
All right.
Away from that, South Africa must fall. We are back on that again as of August.
10 with students arrested.
10 of them. Now, as of August, remember the Blade Zimande, who is the CS, or the Minister of Higher Education in South Africa, decided to postpone, raising fee. This was in August.
Yes.
And
right
now he has said that but come 2017, fee is going to be increased. However, he has capped it to 8%.
Okay.
Universities will decide how high to go, but they've capped it at 8%. That has gotten still very people angry. Now, if there's one tweet that even says it very well, it's not just a matter of just capping the school fees. It's that this fees is being increased. You'll find that someone who comes from a lower income family is struggling to pay school fees. And this is university. We know university is one of the highest form of education, and this has gotten very many people in South Africa angry.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Take a look at
so this is the tweet that you're talking about. Students who want to demonstrate can, as long as it doesn't impact on other students' right to learn. Stop bullying. All right.
All right. This is one thing that has also carved. Take a look at this.
All right. Corporate can pay universities fees shortfall if they are serious about education system that feeds skills to companies.
Now, Derek has a point over there. Should maybe the corporate South Africa jump in to help give sponsorship or somehow pay school fees? Because at the end of the day, these are university students who will come and be your employees.
Be your employees, is true.
All right.
Interesting.
Let's see what else is still on our board.
Okay. The next one is about...
now, here we go. We are not fighting for increment. We want free education now, because we do not want to do the same next year. Now, that is the point that I was earlier making. It's not just about capping it at 8%. It's that this issue needs to be dealt with.
Okay.
We don't want 2017 to come, and this campaign is back on our trends again.
Right. Okay. It's true, by the way. I mean, and even in Kenya, I'm sure we've had such a movement of, especially fees. Also, these are some of the pictures.
These are some of the pictures on the streets of Johannesburg. Like you've said, you've just read 10 university students from Wits University have been arrested. This is a very heated topic among South Africa now, given the fact that university-going students are the youth. So Blade has a lot of work to do on his hands and try and convince South Africans why school fees should be increased.
All right. Moving on to the next trend.
Away from the famous fall school fees, picture of the day.
Okay.
Now, this one was motivated, rather, courtesy of Mark Zuckerberg. Yes, his trip to Rome, Nigeria, Kenya came and went, but now Mark is at it again. He has found an 11-year-old boy. Allow me to introduce you to Tayo. Tayo is only 11 years old, and he has his own mobile game known as Spike Rush. He's only 11, and this is
amazing.
Coding. This is how many of the tech inventors began. Coding. Just give them a phone. This is not technology being used for the right
How old is Tayo?
Tayo, only 11 years old.
Wow.
Only 11. And Mark was saying this sort of reminded him of himself when he was younger and when he started coding.
Wow.
Get this. Spike's application is already on iOS Apple.
What?
He is amongst, now, at this rate that he is going, we've seen the teenager millionaires, self-made.
Exactly.
Now tell me someone like Tayo, and if you're giving computers and phones to our younger generation, Generation Z, and if they're using it for the right purposes, we should be seeing more of Tayo.
Which country is he from?
He's American.
Okay.
All right.
But I mean, that's really brilliant.
I know.
Okay.
So
he's challenged me a bit. Like, okay, Betsy.
But you can code. You can code.
I know, but I mean, he's just 11
He's
years.
just 11.
Just 11.
So
what have you done? What have you done with your life, Zins?
Which reminds me of the 15-year-old that we discussed last week, who is fighting for, hijab emojis. These are young people online.
Oh, yeah.
Choosing to make
young
a positive
people.
difference.
You have to say young people.
Young, and not the youth. These are Generation Z. 11 to 15-year-olds.
This is great.
Yep.
Okay.
So that picture is courtesy of Mark Zuckerberg.
All right.
So I don't know if time will allow.
It will allow.
Take a look at this video, and if you're a music lover, you have probably seen it. If not, then you've watched it here first on KTN.